The Trans-Pacific Partnership is an agreement that right now, or is a negotiation, I should say, that's taking place between the United States, Australia, and 9 other countries in the Asia-Pacific region, Latin America, Canada, Mexico, and countries of Asia. So there are 11 countries altogether negotiating, and negotiating in a range of subject areas to liberalize trade and investment in the region. Contrary to what a lot of people say and believe, I conclude that the agreement will not help restore those jobs by itself. The TPP will bring jobs, I think, at the higher skill, higher income levels, and certainly will help those workers. And I do believe, basically, I don't believe that it will stop. In fact, rather, I believe it will reinforce the movement of American production to Asia in particular to take advantage of some of the lower cost markets that will be opened up even further by the TPP. We need basically to make sure we keep the United States as hospitable and attractive a place for investment and production as we can, and that's the way that we can grow these jobs in the future in the middle skill, middle income area. As far as the TPP itself is concerned, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, I look at some of the provisions and do take issue with some of the provisions as they appear to be shaping up. I am concerned about the degree of complexity that the TPP will add to trade and investment flows, or trade flows really, in the Asia-Pacific region, primarily because the United States is proposing that we layer the TPP agreement on top of an existing network of bilateral free trade areas that exist, free trade agreements that exist between most of the TPP countries. So you're going to have this cross-cutting network of bilateral agreements, and on top of that will sit the TPP. Australia, Singapore, New Zealand, and some other countries have proposed to the contrary, that what should be done is to have one single set of undertakings that would supplant and replace all those bilaterals with one regional agreement. And I share that view that if you really want an agreement that is truly regional and that stands as a good model for the future, a better way to do it is to eliminate all that complexity and build a truly regional agreement. I am not privy to the actual negotiations themselves to know where they stand. I do know, though, that the United States and its proposals faces some pretty serious headwinds. A lot of opposition on the part of, well, Australia doesn't like the dispute settlement provisions for investor-state dispute settlement. Other countries have problems with some of our American proposals. I know the President has set the end of 2013 as the new deadline for concluding these negotiations. I think there's a long road to get there. In my view, it's not the end of the world if they don't make that deadline, but I think it's important to have deadlines. I'm hopeful that they can then perhaps improve it in some of the ways that I suggest in my paper, and then come to an agreement that really does open up more opportunities for trade and investment in the region.